Hi, I'm Ben. I'm here to learn English.
And I'm Emma. I'm here to help.
Let's learn together.
Let's learn together. Hey everyone, welcome back to English with Emma and Ben. Today we've got a really interesting topic, one that's super common in IELTS speaking exams.
Yep, it's all about goals and future plans. We'll be chatting about how to talk naturally about your ambitions, dreams, and what you'd like to achieve in the future, without sounding too memorized.
Exactly. We'll give you some sample IELTS-style questions and answers, but we'll also explain why those answers work, so you can sound natural and confident when it's your turn to speak.
Let's dive right in.
Okay, so in part 1 of the IELTS speaking test, you'll usually get simple questions to warm up about your life, your daily routines, and sometimes your goals.
Right. So, for example, the examiner might ask, do you have any goals for the future?
That's a classic one. So Ben, what would you say?
I'd probably say something like, yes, I do. One of my main goals is to improve my professional skills and become a project manager in the next few years. I really enjoy organizing people and making sure everything runs smoothly, so that's something I'm working toward.
Nice. That's a great answer because it's short, personal, and specific. You don't need to give a long speech, but you do need to show you can explain why it's your goal.
Exactly. You could also use expressions like, one of my short-term goals is, or in the long run, I'd like to make your answer sound more natural.
Here's another possible question. Why is that goal important to you?
Ooh, good one. Maybe I'd say, it's important to me because I want to feel that I'm growing in my career and making a difference. I think achieving that goal would give me a real sense of satisfaction.
Perfect. That uses emotional vocabulary, like sense of satisfaction, making a difference, which always makes your answer sound more fluent and thoughtful. Now, let's imagine we're moving to part 2, where you get a cue card. The topic might be something like, describe a goal you want to achieve in the future. You should say what the goal is, when you want to achieve it, how you plan to achieve it, and explain why it's important to you.
Okay, I'll take that one. Here's how I'd answer. One of my main goals is to become fluent in Spanish. I've always been interested in languages, and Spanish has been on my list for years. I started learning it a while ago, but I've never been consistent. I'd like to reach an advanced level within the next 2 years. To achieve this, I'm planning to take online lessons twice a week and try to immerse myself more, like watching Spanish movies and listening to podcasts. I might even travel to Spain if I get the chance. This goal is really important to me because learning a new language opens so many doors. It helps you connect with people from different cultures, and it also makes your brain more flexible. Plus, it's something I've always wanted to take off my bucket list.
That's such a well-organized answer. You touched on all the key points: what, when, how, and why.
Yeah, and notice how I didn't sound too formal. It's just like telling a story, using natural linking phrases like, to achieve this, I've always been interested in, and plus for a casual tone.
Exactly. IELTS examiners love when it sounds like a conversation, not a speech. Now, in part 3, the questions get more abstract about society, success, and ambition. Let's try a few.
Okay, here's one. Do you think people today are more ambitious than in the past?
Interesting question. I might say something like, I think in some ways, yes. People today have more access to information and opportunities, especially online, so it's easier to dream big and set ambitious goals. However, I think in the past, people were often more patient and focused on long-term stability.
Great balance there, showing both sides of the argument. You can also use words like on the other hand or whereas to compare ideas.
Yeah, another question could be, do you think having goals is important?
Definitely. I'd say, Yes, I believe having goals gives life direction. Without clear goals, it's easy to lose motivation or feel stuck. Goals help you stay focused and make progress, even if it's just step by step.
That's really nice and simple. You don't need big words. Just make sure your ideas are clear.
What about this one? What kind of goals do young people usually have?
Hmm. I think young people often aim for things like higher education, travel, or building a successful career. Some also focus on personal development, like learning new skills or becoming more confident. You could say something like, most young people I know want to find a balance between personal happiness and professional success.
Ooh, that's a great phrase. Balance between personal happiness and professional success. That's exactly the kind of vocabulary examiners notice.
Let's talk about a few expressions you can use when discussing goals.
Sure. One I like is to set your sights on something. For example, I've set my sights on studying abroad.
Nice. Another is to keep your eye on the prize. It means to stay focused on your goal even when things get hard.
Or to take small steps. That's useful if you're describing a gradual process, like, I'm taking small steps towards becoming healthier.
And don't forget to make progress. It's simple but powerful.
Yeah, idioms are great, but don't overuse them. Maybe one or two in your answer is enough.
Sample dialogue practice. Let's do a quick role play that sounds like a real IELTS mini test. I'll be the examiner.
Uh-oh, here we go.
All right. Let's talk about your goals and future plans. What are your main goals for the future?
Well, one of my main goals is to start my own online business. I've always wanted to be self-employed because I enjoy having creative freedom. I'm currently researching how to do digital marketing so I can promote my ideas effectively.
That sounds interesting. How long do you think it will take you to achieve that?
I'd say around 3 to 5 years. I'm taking it step by step, learning the skills first, saving some money, and then hopefully launching my business once I'm ready.
That's great. Natural vocabulary like taking it step by step and being adaptable makes you sound fluent.
Okay, let's quickly talk about common mistakes students make in this topic.
Number one, being too general. Don't just say, I want to be successful. That's vague. Instead, say, I want to become a software engineer because I love solving problems.
Right. Number two, using too much future tense. It's okay to use will or going to, but also use present tenses for plans, like I'm planning to, I'm working toward.
And number three, memorizing answers. Examiners can tell. Just focus on expressing your ideas naturally. So, to summarize, when you talk about your goals and future plans in IELTS, try to be specific, explain why your goal matters to you, use natural linking words and expressions, and show enthusiasm and positivity.
Exactly. And remember, you're not just answering a question, you're having a conversation.
Well, that's all for today's episode.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope you got lots of ideas for your next IELTS speaking practice.
Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time for another episode of English with Emma and Ben.